Hey guys, I feel like I haven't made an audio in so long, but I'm outside again, so forgive the little wind breezes. But I haven't made an audio in so long because so much has been happening and there has been so much that I wanted to tell you, but at the same time, I felt like there was no words that I could put to what I was trying to say. But I guess I can tell you a little bit about where I am right now in my life. I've been begging God to allow me to purchase these 3 books. So the first one is It Didn't Start With You, and it talks about how we inherit family trauma and that affects the way we behave, the way we act, the way we make certain decisions, and how to overcome it. So basically breaking generational curses. And then I purchased The Bait of Satan. I have been recommended that book 1,000,001 times, and I finally bought it. And it's The Bait of Satan, The Trap of Offense. And I am so excited to read it. I've been reading, and it's already amazing. And then I purchased a devotional by Joyce Meyer. It's called Quiet Times with God, and I've just been needing a morning devotional to do to kind of get me grounded for the morning, to set my intentions for the morning. So that's just kind of what God allowed me to buy. And these books, everything is changing my life. But everybody knows that when something that God sends you to begins to change your life, transform your life, set you to a new place in your life, the devil is never satisfied. And on top of that, he gets very angry when you stop obeying him and start obeying God. And the message that God has been relaying to me over and over and over again was that the devil is betting on your disobedience to me and your obedience to him. The devil is literally betting on you being disobedient to me and on you making decisions, irrational thinking, behavior, patterns. He's betting on you using your emotions and letting your emotions guide every single decision that you do. He is betting on you taking that deal. Because the truth of the matter is, the devil knows us just as much as God does. The devil knew Job. He knew exactly who Job was. And so when God said, test my servant Job, the devil was like, I know everything about him. And God said, well, I'm going to tell you, you can't touch him here. You can't do this to him. You can't do that to him, but you can do everything else. And the devil was betting on Job's disobedience to God and Job's ability to curse God instead of trusting God with what was happening. I'm sorry, there's wind. And so I think that's so crazy, and that's what I've kind of just been figuring out and realizing during these past days is that the devil really has no new strategy. There's nothing new under the sun. The devil has no new strategy. So just know that everything he comes at you with, it's old. Everything he's used it on you before. And the thing is, he will actually use things that you think you've been delivered from. Now, I'm not saying that if God delivers you from something, he's lying and you're not actually delivered. But when you get delivered for something, God could either put you in multiple tests to see how you respond to them. Now you're delivered, or the devil can tempt you multiple times to see if you'll go back to your old way of thinking and acting and whatnot. And so I've just been learning so many things, and God is saying it's time to step out of that box that you've been put in, that other people have put you in, that you've put yourself in. It's time to step out in that authority that I've given you months ago. It's time to do that thing that's uncomfortable for a little while so that you can maintain a blessing in the future. And I've been struggling with that because I'm I know it's going to be uncomfortable for a little while. I know that it's going to be something that I don't want to do for a little while. I know that, but it's just when you're in the moment and when you're doing it, I hate that I even let the devil have that much of a hold on me. I hate that he has so much of a hold on me with things that he's reusing things. He is reusing things. That's as if we're in court, right? And we have to put a new level of evidence down to prove our case to the jury, and the defense or whoever, I don't know how court goes, but the other person on the other side keeps bringing out the same amount of evidence, and the jury's we've heard this over and over and over again, but yet every time they bring out the same evidence, your reaction to it is worse and worse and worse. Your reaction doesn't get better. It doesn't change. It doesn't, like, it just gets worse it does change, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And that defense, or that prosecutor, he is betting on using the same evidence against you and having you react worse and worse and worse each and every time, because you look worse to the jury than you look to him. He's played with your mind 1,000,000 times, and he's won 1,000,000 times. And so that's what I've been learning in this season. The devil is literally betting on you not trusting yourself, on you not trusting God, on you going back to your old ways, though you know it doesn't work. He's betting on all of those things. But the question is, will you allow him to win that bet? Will you be obedient to the devil and disobey God? Because you're more afraid of the devil than you're afraid of God. And to fear God doesn't mean to tremble and to be like fearful that he's going to hurt you. Or to fear God means to have so much reverence for him that you can't help but obey everything he says. The devil does not have as much power as we give him. And I know we hear that all the time, but when I tell you that is nothing but the truth, that man is completely powerless. He can only do what God allows him to do. So you're probably like, well, why does God allow him to do this and this and this and this and this in my life? Well, that's because with every test comes a blessing. With every test comes a breakthrough. With every test comes a lesson. You can either get a blessing, a breakthrough, or a lesson with God. But sometimes God will allow the devil to do something in your life, and the devil will be as sneaky and as cunning as he is and do more than he was asked to do. Trust the people, the spirits behind that will be dealt with. But that is not your problem, because there is nothing that comes your way that can kill you. There's nothing. I don't care what happens. Nothing that comes your way can kill you, because if it could, you would already be dead. If it could kill you, you would already be dead. That's the devil's biggest strategy, is using the same thing over and over and over again. His evidence is inadmissible. It's not allowed to be in court. It was obtained illegally. Yet he still keeps using the same thing over and over and over again. And he's betting on the fact that you react with your emotions so that you don't have the brain and the spiritual eyes to see that he's been playing you this whole time.